Hello, welcome to today's episode of MSU Inside Out. I am your co-host Siri.
And I'm Alex.
And we got a lot in store for you in today's show. We have a lot of student made videos with a news package deal, and we're going to have another movie review from our student Grant Gathmann. And we're going to kick it to Ramon right now for today's news.
Thank you, Siri. Well, the Minot State Student Government Association held its annual elections from Wednesday, March 20th until Thursday, March 21st. Congratulations to the following for the 2024-25 academic year. New officers, President Hayden Tinker, Vice President of Finance, Emmett Espino, Vice President of Internal Affairs, Krista Permenter, and Vice President of State Affairs, Tam Vu. The Minot State University Luengo Leadership Center is pleased to announce the 2024 Women's Leadership Conference and Women's Career Fair on April 6th in Swain Hall's third floor lobby. The event is scheduled from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. with a free lunch provided. The Luengo Leadership Center asks attendants to sign up prior to the event to ensure the appropriate amount of food and seating is available. You can sign up through Google Forms, which can be found in your student email by searching MISU Public Information. An upcoming event will be held on Saturday, April 13th, where MSU will host the 5th Annual Northern Plains Philosophy Conference. Presentations will take place between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. in Hartnett Hall 106. The conference is free to attend, open to the public, and will include talks by philosophy students and faculty members from MSU, UND, UMary, and NDSU. Presentation topics include machine suffering, the ethics of the use of slurs in the classroom, and the relation between empathy and nonviolence. 3 Minot State University students are hitting all the right notes as they break into the music scene with their newly formed jazz band. Stay tuned as we bring you the rhythm and melody behind this extraordinary collaboration. Co-reporter Dalton Davis has more on the story.
Brothers Jordan and Luke Anderson, alongside their friend Zach Bennett, are freshmen here at Minot State University and have brought a new sound with them. All buddies from the same high school of Glenburn, North Dakota, together they formed the Study Hall Combo.
When we were all in high school, we all had this study hall at the end of our day, and we would use this portion of time, instead of studying, we would all play music and rehearse. So we call ourselves the Study Hall Combo.
They credit their start to Glenburn High School's band teacher, John Spitzer. Early on in their high school career, they each fell in love with jazz, and he pushed them all at their respective instruments.
Once Spitzer taught us, about music and what music is and how to read it and how to play it. Once you get that understanding of how music works, it changes the way you listen to music. And I already loved music before I met him, but after him, it's a whole new, music is a whole new thing for me.
Spitzer then opened up opportunities for the group to start playing gigs in public, playing at different restaurants and events throughout the Minot area.
He was pretty much our band manager for everything that we've done. Without him, we wouldn't have been able to get nearly the amount of gigs that we've had.
The group gets together to jam about 3 times a week, preparing to compete in the Greeley Jazz Festival on April 18th in Greeley, Colorado. The event hosts over 7,000 participants and is the largest jazz event in the nation.
Some of the bands that have played there in the past are some of the bands that I grew up listening to as a lover of jazz. They always have really good special guests, special artists that from around the world that come in and show all of us students and learners of jazz how they do it and talk to us and give us lessons and clinics. So it's really just a cool scene, and I'm really excited.
Going to this festival, it's really great because there's just a big ensemble of people that love to do what I love to do, and I really feel in my element there.
Until then, the Study Hall Combo will continue to jazz up the Minot State hallways as they perfect their performance for this next month.
Well, congrats to the success of those jazz musicians. That's all for the news today. Back to you, Siri.
All right, thank you, Ramon. It's so interesting and cool to see what our MSU music department brings, and we all love a little jazz for some fanciness. But over here, over 9 seasons working for the Minot Minotauros, overseeing everything, doing the play-by-play, and basically doing it all, we have Ken Oda. Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you. So just starting off, you've been with the Minotauros over 9 seasons now.
Yeah.
what do you like working with the Minotauros, and like what's the difference now from when you were first here and now being here years later?
Wow, a lot of differences. I got here for the 2012-2013 season, so a lot's changed. For one, the new Pepsi rink opened at the Mesa, which changed a lot of things for us. When I first got here, I remember we were happy to get 1,000 people a night. Now we're getting over 2,000 people a night. So the fan base and the community have really embraced us, and that's allowed us to do a lot more. And just moving players onto college. I remember that first year we moved, I think, 3 players onto Division I, and now last season we celebrated over 100 players have gone on from our team to play Division I hockey. So whether it's success off the ice or in the community or on the ice, just from where the program was when I arrived in 2012 to now, I'm happy to have played a small part.
Mm-hmm. And just because you're the director of operations,
Yeah.
so what does a game day look like for you before the game, during the game, and after the game?
That's one of the things that's changed. I know when I first got here, it was me. That was it. I was our entire front office. So game day for me, typically the night before, I would be up until 3 or 4 in the morning getting things ready. I'd get up at 9, get to the rink, and be at the rink until the game ended. Now I actually get to sleep the night before home games, and I get to the rink at about 10:30 on the home game day and stay until the game is over. But now, most of it is overseeing our excellent staff. Right, we have a handful of staff that we've grown from, like I said, just being me that first year to now we have 5 other people who work in our front office. So I don't have to do everything. A lot of it is just making sure everyone else is staying on schedule and on task.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you just say you don't have to do everything, but you still do a lot. We were just talking earlier. You have designed and still design the jerseys for the Minotauros.
Yeah, that's one of the things I think some of the other graphic design people we have on staff are a little bit upset with me because I won't give that up. That's one of my favorite things to do is design our look and our branding. So the jersey set we have now I designed a few years ago, and I love it. I don't think we're going to change anytime soon. But even the specialty jerseys, like we just did the charity jersey for Prairie Grit, and then we also, while Prairie Grit did the Border Battle sled tournament, I got to design the Team USA jerseys. So that was a lot of fun, and yeah, that's the one thing I won't give up. I love designing our uniforms, so that's for sure been something that I've held on to.
And you've been doing that since 2012, basically, since you've been here. How do you stay inspired the whole time to design with your designs?
There are times it's difficult, especially working with the same 3 colors all of the time, and that's where the charity jerseys for me are the most fun. Yes, it's great to support the great causes throughout Minot. We've done, as I mentioned, Prairie Grit, Minot Domestic Violence Crisis Center, Dreamcatcher Baseball, together with veterans. We've supported a ton of great organizations in this town, but for me it's fun just to get to do those different themes, right? So when we did Together with Veterans, I was able to do a military themed jersey. Domestic Violence Crisis Center, we used teal and purple, which are the main colors for sexual assault and domestic assault awareness. So getting to work with different color palettes and stuff like that, really, that makes it fun.
Yeah, and you mentioned a little earlier about designing the jerseys for the men's hockey team, the sled hockey team.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, especially they're playing against Canada? I mean, of all teams, you got to design that jersey against that game.
Yeah, people who know me know I've got a little bit of a rebellious streak in me, so I did some research. USA Hockey has never worn a primarily red jersey, so that was where I started. So I had the Team USA jerseys in red. That annoyed Canada a little bit because they usually wear red, but yeah, it was a fun process to get to do, and it was the coolest thing was that all the guys on the sled team afterwards asked me if we could order another set because those were auctioned off to benefit Prairie Grit, and the players on Team USA loved them so much that they wanted their own, so we had to order another set for them.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on that, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
Congrats to the Minotauros. They actually clinched their playoffs, but are still fighting for that number one spot in their conference. So thanks to Ken Oda, and make sure to catch the Minotauros. We're going to kick it to an underwriter break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you to all of our underwriters. Trinity Health is a comprehensive healthcare system based in Minot, North Dakota.
Fiancé, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, Wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Mix 99.9, Minot's Music Mix.
SRT, offering a number of services including phone, TV, internet, and security.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's Classic Hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's Rock Station.
East End, where the poor is worth so much more, located in downtown Minot.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
Nice Impressions, no job is too big or too small, located in downtown Minot.
MSU Beavers Hockey. Online info at msubeavers.com.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
El Azteca, authentic Mexican food on North Broadway near the airport.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
Minot Nutrition Addiction, offering healthy smoothies and meal replacements on the go.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Bear's Cat Donuts, located on Broadway across from Minot State campus.
Welcome back to MSU Inside Out, and now we will have a video on the Oscar award-winning movie Anatomy of a Fall by Grant Gathmann.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another review. Today we're going to be talking about the new Justine Triet film, Anatomy of a Fall. This is the fourth feature-length film Justine Triet has produced. It's the first one I've ever seen. This movie's been getting tons of coverage as of late. It won the Best Screenplay Award at the Oscars a couple weeks ago. It won the Palme d'Or at Cannes Film Fest almost a year ago. And so it goes without saying that I was eagerly anticipating seeing this new movie. For those of you who don't know what it's about, it's a half courtroom drama, half mystery thriller, and yeah, this is one of the best of the year, I gotta say it. I love a good courtroom drama, especially when they're paced similarly to the way that this movie is, sort of introducing new information as you go along that sort of recontextualizes previous events in the film. I loved all the performances in the film, two in specific, the first being Sandra Hüller, who plays the lead actress. I absolutely loved her performance in this movie. Not gonna spoil anything that happens, but she's a very complex character, and I think she does the screenplay the service it deserves when it's being directed on the screen. And the second character being the dog. This is the best dog I've seen in a movie in like 10 years. If you're going to see the movie, I'd say it is worth it just for the dog. The dog is that good. If I had any critiques of the film, I would say that it's not really doing anything too experimental or different with the filmmaking process. This is a pretty by-the-numbers movie in terms of a courtroom drama. However, even with saying that, this film is still super detailed, it's super purposeful. There's clearly tons of talent in the director's seat here by Justine Triet. I absolutely recommend this movie. I think that anyone could go check it out. In fact, it's streaming on Hulu. If you want to go see it, I would totally recommend doing so. It's got a great length. There's tons of twists and turns. It's gonna keep you guessing. It's got great energy. It's got great flow, great pacing. Yeah, please check it out before it leaves Hulu. I'm gonna be giving Anatomy of a Fall a solid 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you, Grant, for that video. And now I have a fun fact. MSU students have opportunities in their own backyard. Today, here, I have Pro-Com graduate Cole Clementich with me, who is currently taking his master's and working for the MSU Athletic Department. How are you, Cole?
Hey, Alex. Thanks for having me here today. It's great to be in the brand new studios, and obviously you sharing. I was a pro-com grad in the old studios, but to see these, it's really nice to be in such a great facility now.
Yeah, looks a little familiar, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So what made you decide to stay here and take your master's and ultimately work for the athletic department?
It was intriguing because of the working opportunities with MSU athletics. So if you apply to go into grad school, you can also work as a grad assistant. And as long as you have those two in lockstep with each other, I think, it was just a no-brainer for me. Sports was my thing. I was production and sports comm here with KMSU, and that was just my thing. I really wanted to get involved working game day, and it's been a pleasant experience so far, and I'm learning lots and got all kinds of new roles that I've learned since we started in the fall, and it's been great.
That's awesome. So you did mention game day operations. Is that your current position, or do you have multiple positions? Tell me about that.
I'm in sports information / communication. It's more on the broadcasting side. We also get to do a little bit of stats here and there, and we also run the press releases. At least some of us do, just to kind of take some off the plate of the person we report to, Mike Stetson. He's the guy. He's my main man that I check in with every day, just to see, hey, is there anything to do today? Or he's the one always messaging me, hey, got a press release for this coming up. We got these games coming up here, and so on and so forth. And we all get together. And there's a few other GAs that I work with, Howard Wade, and another pro-com grad that I work with. So yeah, we do a whole bunch of things in athletics.
That's awesome. Do you have the favorite part so far?
Definitely the play-by-play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's those opportunities don't come around very often. So anytime I can get involved in hockey, football I did with Howard, soccer I did with him as well. And then I also did a little bit of wrestling, which is kind of an eye-opening experience for me too. And other sports like volleyball and basketball, I do stats, but hey, nothing wrong with kind of dipping your toe in a little bit of everything. So.
Have you thought about what you want to do after you complete your master's?
Definitely work in the sports industry. Mm-hmm. It's something that, it would be a dream, to work for my favorite pro sports teams. I'm a big Colorado guy. I was born there. My family lived there for a long time. So working for the Avalanche or the Broncos, Nuggets, Rockies, you name it, it'd just be really awesome to see that. So, and just anything really, like media, radio, TV, whatnot.
If you could have your perfect position, do you think you could decide on one?
That's a loaded question. I don't know, quite frankly. I think it's just a sports information director, which is what the person I report to, Mike, is doing. So it's just kind of rolling through all of that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that wouldn't be too bad.
Well, last question. Do you have any advice for current and or future pro-com students?
Yes, get involved, because there's going to be, your resume is going to pop even more. And the big thing I want to pass along as far as a master's degree, is that, like I said, your resume is going to pop, and more businesses are going to, look into that, and they're going to say, hey, this person took the extra mile, and, that's really great. And also for other opportunities, I just got word that I'm going to be emceeing the BESPYs this year, so that'll be
so fun. Congratulations.
Fun opportunity. Yep.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Cole. It was great talking to you. And now we will kick it to sports with Savannah.
Thank you so much, Alex. Diving into some more Minot State athletic sports, the softball team returned home this Friday from Sioux Center, Iowa, after their opening weekend of conference play. Starting the weekend, the team faced Sioux Falls in 2 games, winning both 6-2 and then 8-0. They then would go on to play the Wayne State Wildcats in another 2 games, winning both games 2-0 and then 10-2. Two players would come up big for the Beavers at the plate in Game 2 versus Wayne State. Brooklyn Morrison and Lauren DeGuzman would both earn 3 hits, leading Morrison to put up 2 runs and DeGuzman to put up 3 runs to secure the sweep over Wayne State. The Beavers will host 2 doubleheaders this coming Saturday at home in the Bubble, the first being against Southwest Minnesota and the second being against Minnesota State Mankato. The baseball team is back on the road this weekend to face Wayne State. While the Beavers were originally supposed to host the games here in Minot at Corbett Field, due to weather, the games were moved to be played at Wayne State instead. The team is coming off of a 3-game series against Southwest Minnesota. While the Beavers dropped the first 2 games against the Mustangs, they were able to secure the last win of the series with a 10-5 win. Minot State Volleyball has secured a head coach for this upcoming season. While the look to fill the head coach position for the Beavers had been underway since mid-October, it had been decided that assistant coach Alex Courtney will continue to serve as interim head coach through the 2024 volleyball season. Courtney has been guiding the volleyball program as interim head coach for over 5 months and will continue to lead the team through the spring and into next season as the team went 3-1 in the Mayville Spring Tournament over the past weekend. So hopefully the weather clears up and we can start seeing some home softball games and baseball games.
Yeah, I agree. That would be very nice.
That would be very nice.
Well, be sure to stay tuned. We're going to kick it real quick to an underwriters break, but make sure to come back. We'll have some more sports and weather for you. Welcome back to our last segment of MSU Inside Out. We had great interviews today, and for now we're going to have our weather and some extra sports news, so we're going to kick it to Maddie, who's going to talk about our weather and Minot.
Hello everyone, I hope you're looking forward to a bright and sunny Easter weekend because that's exactly what we're going to get with some warm temperatures moving in for the next week. Currently in Minot, we're having a beautiful day. It's 32 degrees, and tonight it's not going to get too cold. We're looking at a low of 21. We are going to get some snow tonight into the early morning of Friday, but it'll stay under an inch, so it's nothing to worry about. Looking at the state for Easter Sunday, we have some mild temperatures across the entire area, and roads should be clear for the most part if you're looking to travel this weekend. In the western part of the state, we have 31 in both Williston and Dickinson. And in the central part of the state, we have Minot at 37 and Bismarck at 36. Now, the eastern part of the state is going to get the warmest temperatures for Easter Sunday. We're looking at Grand Forks at 38 and Fargo at 39. If you're staying here in Minot for Easter, we are going to have some warm weather here too, so you can have your Easter egg hunts outside. Again, looking at some snow on Friday, but it'll melt quickly, and we have temperatures rising steadily over the course of the week, lots of sun, and on Wednesday we do have 61 degrees, so it's looking to be a beautiful week ahead, and I hope everyone enjoys the warm weather. Siri, do you have any plans for the break?
I'm going to have to be waking up a little early so I can get a seat at church, so I'll be up early for that on Easter. And thank you so much, Maddie, for the weather there. I'm so excited to see them 60 degrees coming up soon, and we're going to kick it to Tayden, who has some extra sports news for us.
Thanks, Siri. The Minot Minotauros are set to return home this weekend. The Taros face the St. Cloud Norsemen, looking to build off recent momentum and continue their current 8-game win streak.
me to help you?
I got it. Dude. After a sweep of the Austin Bruins last weekend set a franchise record for points in a season, the Taros sit in first place in the Central Division, 7 points up on second place Bismarck. With a sweep and a Bismarck loss this weekend, the Taros will clinch the division, while the Norsemen sit tied with Austin for fourth and the final division playoff spot. Puck drop tomorrow and Saturday night is set for 7:35 at the Mesa Arena. Minnesota State Mankato's basketball teams continue their postseason run today, as the men are just seconds away from locking up their spot in the championship, while the women play Texas Women's University in the national championship tomorrow night at 7 p.m. The Mavericks secured their semifinal spot with the game-winning bucket by senior guard Emily Hesberg. And it's the day that the baseball fans long for all winter. Opening day has finally arrived for Major League Baseball. The Minnesota Twins are kicking off the season in Kansas City, and right now the Twins lead 2-1 in the top of the ninth. Other games around this AL Central today include Detroit at Chicago and Cleveland at Oakland. Minnesota is poised to build off snapping the longest postseason drought in North American sports history with 18 losses in a row, defeating Toronto last year in the wildcard series before falling to Houston in the ALDS. The Twins and the Royals continue their series Saturday at 3:10. The North Dakota Fighting Hawks are set to begin the NCAA tournament tomorrow night versus the University of Michigan. After falling 6-3 to the Omaha Mavericks in the NCHC semifinals last week, the Hawks are the number 2 seed in the Maryland Heights Regional. Puck drop is set for 8:30. Siri, Alex, lots of exciting postseason action in college sports.
Yeah, a lot. I mean, congrats to Mankato. Got to give him props for being in the NSIC with us and giving some NSIC recognition.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for that update, Tayton. Today we had quite a lot for you. We had some interviews, news, lots of sports, and of course weather. We thank you so much for tuning in and hope you'll tune in next time. Thanks.